perfect time. Great. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Lynn. I'm founder of Gold Comedy. We started out a few years ago as live workshops for teen girls to teach them stand-up comedy. And now we're a whole online comedy world that centers young women and non-binary folks and who just want to get together and learn about comedy and do comedy and like nerd out about comedy together. And so everyone you're going to see today is a member or a teacher or somehow involved in our community. And we are awesome and we have fun, and you're going to hear more about us and see what we do. So I'll let you know right now, if you're interested in finding out more about us, I'll put our website in the chat later. You can check us out. We offer scholarships. We really want to include everyone. So if you're at all interested, just talk to us and find out more about us. And the reason I started Gold Comedy in the first place is, first of all, I just really like comedy. Comedy is funny and good. But comedy is awesome for you, because comedy not only gives you comedy skills, but comedy also gives you life skills. You can learn to think faster, write better, be more confident talking to people. It does all of that. And I also think that comedy is important for women and anyone who's not a straight white dude, because when you make people laugh, you make people listen. And I really want to build a world where people listen to women. I mean, only on International Women's Day, of course, but but if they can practice the rest of the year. JK. Anyway, I want to just really briefly introduce you to Christina, and she, along with JL, are the reason that we're here. So I'm going to have you say hello to her, and then we'll get the show rolling for you. How's that? Good? Woo! All right. I think our host will also tell this to you, but if you are all at all able to unmute and turn on your cameras, we love a crowd. We're comedians. We like to see your face. We like to hear your voice. So we'll remind you of that, but we really welcome you to do that. Anyway, all right. Just to say a quick hello. Later, you'll hear her tell some more jokes, but just to say a quick hello, I just want to introduce you to the person that really put this together on our side. She's also our community manager, and she really is just like the heartbeat of our whole community. So please welcome Christina.
Guys, hello, East Brooklyn High School. How's everyone zooming today? Let's hear that. My name is Christina, and like you heard before, I'm Gold Comedy's community manager. And for 10 years, I have been Miss Umi Pig's personal pain in the arse. I strolled into her life, like she said, when I was just 14. I am older than 14, yes. I joined an after-school program called El Puente. It was an arts for social change program, and I just joined to do something fun after school, and that's when I met Miss Umi Pig. I took one theater class with her, and I've been crying to her ever since. Today, I stand fierce and funny because of the powerful women in this Zoom tonight. Both Miss Umi Pig and Lynn have helped me grow into my power every single day by encouraging me to use my voice to, like Lynn said, to make people laugh, but to make people listen. So listen up, guys. We got a good show for you. Who's ready for some Gold Comedy?
All right, we are ready. So coming to the stage is actually our founding instructor. They've been with Gold since Gold was just an idea I had. They work magic with Zoom. They do stand-up. They've been doing stand-up for years, all over New York and all up and down the East Coast. They've been on NPR. They've been on BET, and they're coming to you right now. Please give it up for Elsa, Eli, Wade.
Hello, everyone. Yes. Thank you for sitting up, walking across your room, putting on a shirt. Pants or socks are not required. So I know that was a lot of energy. And I just really want to see everyone's faces. So if at all possible, please turn your camera on. And if you are not in an active construction zone, or there is not, you're not in a dog pound, or not in a child's daycare, I encourage you also to turn on your mics because I need to hear you guys. It's been about a year since I've been on a stage with the microphone, and nowadays I just grab just regular stuff and just talk into it now. I just grab any damn thing. Just grab the pills. Hey, how's it going? This has really been difficult for me, you guys. This is I don't know how to deal with this. I started to create my own sports to deal with this, at the very beginning. I created a whole bunch of new sports. I created endurance staring, just stare at something. There's extreme sitting. You just sit, you do nothing. It's very extreme, very hardcore, very intense. And then if you want to add the two together, we've got long distance disassociation. Just go somewhere else in your mind. I'm never in quarantine. I am always somewhere else in my mind, I realized that it's not everybody else that's annoying. It's me. Oh God, it's me. It is so me. I am so annoying. You guys, you ever get up and walk to a room and forget what you needed, right? That's just me all day, all room, every day, just like a lost hamster. Just what are we doing? I'm excited though because I just got my Fauci ouchie. I got my shot. Right? So I'm half vaxxed. All right. I got my hair redone. All right. We got a pair of shorts in anticipation. All right. I am so ready to spray particles on people. Right? Just come here. I just want to
longer, shorter.
Doing all sorts of weird shit, you guys. I don't know where I'm gonna be when they say we can stop this. I might just go to the grocery store and just stand unmasked. Stand. Right? I miss so many things. I miss being at a bar and doing this. Oh, so many things I miss. I miss my sanity. I don't know where that was already hanging on by a small thread, and it just did not make it through the pandemic. How are you guys with your masks? You guys wearing your masks? Yeah, wearing your mask. Put it on right now. These boxes are too close. Put your mask on right now. How we put 6 feet in between these boxes? I'm just happy to see faces, you guys. I'm just happy to see some faces, see full faces. I had a job for a while, and I realized I didn't see my coworker's face for like a full 3 months. Just this part, and then I seen the rest of his face. I was like, oh, is that what you look like? He was like, what did you think? I was like, I don't know. I didn't think you were going to be ugly, but I just expected your nose to be, I don't know, wider? I don't know. Something about the way the mask contoured around your face. I thought your mouth would be a little more smaller and a stronger chin. You just don't look like what I was expecting. I don't know. Still handsome. I was delivering groceries for a little while. I was delivering groceries to the elderly. You guys, why is New York keeping all of its elderly on the 6th floor? What the fuck is that? New York keeps the entirety of its elderly in the 6th floor. That's a humanitarian problem. That's a humanitarian crisis that we'll have to get to later. Are you guys ready for some comedy? Let's say yeah.
Yeah.
There's some yes. I feel like there could be a few more. I want to try that one more time. Let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard like 2 extra ones. Okay, that was great. That's good. If we can keep that going, it's going to be great all night. All afternoon. I don't know. I'm doing comedy during the daylight, you guys. You see? I'm not technically funny until the sun goes down, okay? So if you're not laughing at any of this, it's not my fault they booked this so early, okay? All right. So we're gonna keep our laughter to an absolute maximum. We're gonna keep our table chatter and outside noise to an absolute minimum, and we are going to have a great time. Let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, your first comic up is from Long Island. Sorry. She writes for the Gold Comedy website. And you know her from hosting at your local restaurant. Please welcome Kelly, everybody. Kelly!
Wow, thanks, Elsa. Yes, hi guys, I'm Kelly. This is great. It's very exciting. I am from Long Island. I guess, unfortunately, I don't know. And it's true, I do hostess and I work in a restaurant. And every time somebody pays in cash for their takeout order, I'm just like 100% certain I gave them the wrong change. Like, I know it, they know it. And then we just kind of look at each other and I'm like, just take the extra $1 and go, man. I failed 9th grade algebra twice. Do you really think I know how to add? They put me in 2 periods of geometry just to give me more time. They were like, give her an extra 42 minutes, she'll figure it out. I didn't. To this day, I still don't understand why we had to like find the volume of a rhombus. They're like, use math in real life. I've never had to measure a trapezoid. Never even seen one. Do they exist in nature? I don't know. After Trig, they didn't even let me go to Calc. They were like, we're good. We've seen enough. But you know, forget high school math. If somebody put a gun to my head and was like, do long division, I would be dead. A simple equation like, oh, I don't know, 52 plus 87, that's gonna take me a minute. So my bad if I give you $7 instead of $6. Anyway, right before my period, my body likes to warn me by making my boobs just like rock hard. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what it would be like if I went to puberty and came out with something? I'm walking down the stairs like, they're huge, right? Meanwhile, they went from like A to A plus. And you know, no shade to my regular life boobs. My regular life boobs, they're just like the size of if I did a cartwheel, I would be mostly okay. I feel like I have to talk about my period because it keeps happening to me. We still doing periods? Yes. Anyone else? When I was in 5th grade, we had to go to this period meeting where a woman basically introduced anxiety into our young lives. She was like, hi ladies, take a seat. Yep. So in about, give or take 3-4 years from now, you're gonna start bleeding. Sorry, don't know when, but be on the lookout. Also, here's some deodorant because you're gonna start to smell. I didn't wear white for like 3 years because of that woman. So, periods are insane to me. It's crazy that there are just like no drugs that can handle period cramps. You know, like forget Midol. I want to be shot with a blow dart. Like my God. Yeah, I don't even think your body like lets you get your period until you just completely exploded on someone who did not deserve it. They're like, hey, can you go to the store? Can you shut the F up? Honestly. Yeah. And then your body's like, yeah, she's ready. Activator. Yeah. When my cramps are so bad, I'm like, okay, should I just have a kid? Honestly. Whenever I see a guy bleeding in a movie because he got stabbed, they're always like, someone help him. He's losing a lot of blood. I'm like, I've lost that much. Just by being in math class. That's it for me, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm Kelly.
Yeah! Give it up for Kelly! Give it up for Kelly and her period, everybody. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I unfortunately still get those things. They suck, right? Like, but I'm not like one of those women who are like, who are these women who are like, oh, my period, my moon flow, it lets me know my body's working. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's what you need to know your body's working? Like, what? I'm like, I know my body's working? Okay, all right, it works, I'm not even planning on using any of that, like, I have no plans for any of that. She could just maybe send me a text message or something, like, hey, bitch, you good? And then we good, like, I know I'm good. You're good. We're not coming anywhere close to a man, Does anyone else still get nervous though? Right? Like if it's just like 20 minutes too late. Okay, all right. Are you ready for your next comedian? Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah, okay, I want to see somebody type it. I'm waiting for somebody to type it. Yeah, okay, good. There's a bunch of yes. Okay, great, cool. All right. Your next comedian is studying storytelling at Brown University. And when she grows up, she wants to be a professional lumberjack. Please give it up, everybody, for Caitlin. Give.
Caitlin. Hello. Thank you, Elsa. Yeah, as Elsa said, my name is Caitlin. I'm a college student. I'm a stand-up comedian through Gold Comedy, and I'm an aggressive bisexual. So I figured Zoom school is fake. Y'all aren't learning anything. I'm not. Therefore, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a lesson. Just share my PowerPoint. This lesson is called Why We Should Have Seen the Gay from a Mile Away, an academic investigation. I'm obligated at this point to tell you that my university is in no way funding this project, as I don't want to be sued for a third time. Yeah. Before I begin, a really important disclaimer. You cannot look at someone and tell that they are gay. Mm-hmm. But I can. Exhibit A, Caitlin, circa 2010. Now I know what you're all wondering, what you're all like thinking about. And yes, I am Caucasian. Don't be so surprised. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of that today. But yeah, note the food and monster themed graphic t-shirts, as well as the lime green visor beanies as worn in 90-degree weather. Yeah, my mom said that boys during this period didn't like me because they found me so intimidating. And they were exactly right. Now, exhibit B, just when you think I couldn't look more like a boy, there we were. This photo was taken at a speech tournament, which I won because of my good looks. Now, here's where things start to get a little bit more gay. This is what I dub the era of the duck face.
They didn't see my face.
Was I on trend, or was I just trying to kiss my best friend? It was the second one. Also note the intense side ponytail and side part, a sign of my gay leanings, perhaps?
Oh, they know I'm there. Well,
perhaps a counterpoint to this argument.
the only thing to know is my voice.
In which I befriended a Brandy Melville model. Now, some of you might be asking, Caitlin, how could this Jewish Barbie be gay? But if we look a little bit closer, here are a few other photos taken from this exact same photo series. And if we zoom in on our analysis, I rest my gay case. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very gay. We like it. Yeah, corrupting the fucking youth, right? Everybody, pitchforks. Let's do it. Let's hop a turnstile. Let's do it tomorrow, right? Like whatever. You know what? Just go to the bodega. Just steal some gum. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Don't do it. I'm sorry. Don't do it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. You guys, are we waiting for your next comment? Let me hear you say, yeah. Yeah. Okay, she's a theater major and a performance major at Emerson College, but she didn't need a degree to tell you she's a drama queen. She's a cat lover who hates peanut butter. Give it up for Christina. Yeah!
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Elsa. I'm so happy to be here. I am Zooming to you all from Massachusetts, where I now live, because like Elsa said, I went to school there, but I'm a New Yorker, like all of you. I was born and raised in Cypress Hills, East New York, AKA the only part of, AKA the only part of Brooklyn they're too scared to gentrify. I loved growing up in Brooklyn, you know, fire hydrant sprinklers in the summer, train stations a block away. And with every walk home, you get a free cat. You literally just take them. Unless, of course, that cat is in a bodega. That cat isn't free. That cat is on the clock, okay? You guys know that. We're New Yorkers. We know that. I've come to the sad realization that I peaked in middle school. Yeah, man, that whole disassociation thing that Elsa was talking about is hella real, because when I take the stroll down memory lane, I take a left at middle school and I just stay there. Like, don't get me wrong, middle school was hard for some of you. But I was at my prime, guys. I was so productive in middle school. Like, sometimes I sit back and I think, damn, what happened to her? Like, I did every single theater production my school put on. I knew emo music before everyone else. And I lived next to all my friends. That never happens anymore. Yo, walking to school, that was like our Friday night. Every day at 7:45 a.m. And like I said, my friends and I are from Brooklyn, so we didn't walk to school, we mobbed to school. These were our streets. We crossed them unsupervised. Then we went to the bodega and we got a bacon, egg, and cheese and an Arizona can every single morning. I don't even know how we had money. Like, seriously, for all I can remember, we were like, put that on my tab, fool. And then we mobbed out. I miss those days, man. And like, I'm sad because I can tell that I'm getting a little bit older. Not old, because as you can see from my hair, I'm on TikTok. That's right. Not me. Whoa, because I just learned it. I'm still gonna keep doing it, guys. But I'm getting a little bit older. And I'm realizing that because I can tell that my excuses are starting to have an expiration date. Like, if people ask you what you want to do with your life, you know, a year past graduation, you can always just say, I just graduated. And they'll always be like, wow, congrats. And then, you know, 2 years passes by and you can say, I just graduated not too long ago. And then they're like, you'll figure it out. But when 3 years passes by, it's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Whew. And then they're like, oh, that's okay, but we're ready to order whenever you are. That's okay. You're like, oh yeah, let me tell you the specials for today. That is my life. Another excuse is getting really, really old is the fact that I don't drive. It's really embarrassing when I have to ask a younger coworker of mine to drop me off home. They always look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, you don't drive? But you're an adult. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm a New Yorker, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But then they're like, yeah, but you live in Massachusetts. And I'm like, do you mind just driving me home again? I'm so sorry. I really am. This is embarrassing, but and like because I don't have a car, it's like becoming more and more annoying to me because when I go to work, I have to travel with all my stuff in my backpack and I don't have a car to leave it in. So I have to throw it in the locker in the back and pray that nobody robs me. But I come up with a system just in case someone tries to rob me. I stuff my bag with the biggest, maxiest maxi pad I can find. And I stuff my bag with maxi pads all the way to the zippity top. That way, if anyone tries to rob me, the first thing they'll see, maxi pads, poof, just flying out my bag. If it's a man, he'll be very confused, probably wonder what it is for a second, try to figure it out, and then get bored and leave. But if it's a woman, she'll see that and she'll go, oh, you know what? This girl's having a rough week. Maybe not. Thank you guys. That's my time.
Woo! Yeah, Christina.
Good job, Christina. Yeah, everybody let her hear it.
Woo!
So, Christina was talking about getting robbed. I just recently got robbed for the first time. For the first time at gunpoint. I've been robbed a bunch before. Don't ask about that. But yeah, I just recently got robbed at gunpoint, you guys. And you get a very funny feeling when you realize you're being robbed and you don't have any money, right? It's like, first you're relieved. It's like, oh, they're not going to take anything, right? And then it's like, oh, will they shoot me because I don't have anything? And these fellas, they took my wallet, but they let me have my cell phone, which was very generous of them. And then I was upset, you guys. I was mad. I wanted to like call the cops for a second. And I was like, wait, we're not going to call the cops. Because like, wait, what sort of description am I going to give the cops? Black guy in a hoodie? Well, I look like a black guy in a hoodie. I don't want to get arrested for my own robbery, you know? Walk 2 turns and it's the same guys, you know? Anyway. You guys, are we ready for your headliner for this evening?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but you can end the show right now because I don't know if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Yes,
What?
we're ready.
I heard nothing. Okay, all right. I see some dancing. All right, I hear some noise. Okay, good, because we got a special treat for you today. Your next comedian is a professional dream follower from Vancouver, Canada. Those folks up there, right? When she's not Googling wombat photos, which are those things are cute, do that. You'll likely find her walking on the beach, mumbling affirmations to herself. She's super stoked to be here. Everybody, please do it up for Megan. You're.
Wow.
Yeah, I've brought my own little shadow so that I've got my own hype man in case I can't hear the mutes. I am so excited to be here. Can we just keep it going? Give a quick thank you to Elsa and Christina and Lynn and Chael and all the people, like everybody, all the other acts that have been. This is such a great show. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Man, oh man, you know, and it's really cool being here with all of these high schoolers. And it got me thinking about some life advice that I wish I had been given. So if it's all right with you folks, I'm just going to sing a little ditty imparting some wisdom upon you that I wish I had heard when I was your age. Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I'm aware that my headphones are more broken than the home I grew up in. So just calling that elephant out. We'll just treat it. We'll just treat it like my family did, where we'll notice the trauma and then never speak of it again. Cool? Okay. Great. Okay, here we go. And you can hear me okay? You can hear the keys? Okay, great. Follow your dreams. Lead from the heart. Actually, I just need to check my level here. Hang on. I can't hear very. One sec. Okay. We're back. Follow your dreams. lead from the heart. Believe in yourself. Believe in your art. Yeah. Your dreams are important. Valid and true. It's true. No one will follow your dreams for you. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Now, there may be some naysayers out there who say, get a job. To you, I say, I have a job. It's following my dreams. Sometimes it's teaching drama to young children whose parents put them in class to fix their shyness. And by sometimes, I mean all the time. But you know what? They love me. They give me little gifts. Like the other day, one of them asked me to hold up my hand and close my eyes. And when I did, she gave me something squishy and furry. And when I opened my eyes, it was a Kleenex. That was used. A used Kleenex. That was the gift that she gave me. Yeah, okay, I failed at all of my relationships to date because when they say, hey, babe, let's hang out, I say, can't tonight, babe. I'm following my dreams. I gotta study for that audition tomorrow that I might get for callback for wife number 3 in the slasher student film that I don't actually get part or the callback. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm following my dreams. And you know what? You can too. Follow your dreams. Be like me. Broke and alone with a master's degree. Yeah. Follow your dreams. You will go far. Like literally. 'Cause you live in your car. And you're swimming in debt. And your life is a mess. Your peers will succeed. And you'll find happiness. Because your dreams will prevail. Though no one casts a mid-30s female. Follow your dreams. Now, don't mean to take the song and make it a bummer, but I lost $2,000 on my art last summer. My socks all have holes, and in full disclosure, can't afford my cousin's wedding. I do shows for exposure. My friends all left their dreams so they could pay their bills. They all found steady jobs for their transferable skills. Now they got their rent and don't embarrass their families. They can afford things like vacation and health insurance and fancy cheese. Oh my God, fancy cheese. They can afford fancy cheese like any day, like not just payday. Like they could just like walk up to the counter and be like, hello, Joe, I will take your finest Parmesan Reggiano organic, please. And Joe will be like, $70.15. And my friend will be like, here, Joe, take the 20 and keep the change. You could use it. Actually, follow your dreams, but then use your smarts. Find literally any job that's not in the arts. Work from 9 to 5, then put on the kettle. Life gets so much easier when you give up and settle. Follow your dreams, but then know when to give up on your dreams. Happy graduation, kids.
Oh my God. Thank you. Everybody give it up for Megan. So super aspirational, and I feel inspired. We're just gonna take that good energy with us into the rest of the week. I'm following my dream, you guys. I'm zooming, doing comedy right here from a bedroom. Nobody tell my mom. I told her I was doing good. Anyway, you guys, that has been our show. You have been an audience. This has been a Zoom call. We got comedians. I have been your host. Give it up for Womxn.
Yes.
Yes, make hands touch hands. Yes. Click that clap emoji so I know you're there. Click it. Click it down.
Don't leave, but don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, y'all.
Don't go anywhere, you guys. We got more fun stuff.
Yeah. So that was so amazing. I want y'all to like throw up those emojis, put some stuff into the chat, let them get their love. And then unmic yourself too. They asked y'all to do that. So if you want to give a little whoop whoop, some screams, some shouts, some hollers, y'all can do that.
Woo! This was awesome. Thank you guys.
Love it. From Florida, loving it.
Yeah. But we do have a little bit more time, and the reason why is because we want to make some room for y'all to talk to the comics, right? To like be in relationship to what they do and what it
Please
is.
talk to me.
You know, yeah. And so this is the opportunity for you all to ask some questions, right? Like comedy is a whole different field of work, and we want to know a little bit about what comedy life is like for an artist who is walking that path, right? So if y'all have some questions, go ahead and put them into the chat box so that we know that you all are with us. And I guess like I can start us off just so that we can have some flow. And my door is like being knocked right now, y'all. So I have to get up and do that. Stephanie or Ms. Gordon Rose or Afton, can y'all ask the question right quick? Because I have to answer my door. Yo, comedy.
Hey y'all. So I actually do have a question. How do you come up with jokes that just flow so like seamlessly? Like where do you come up with the topics for them?
Anybody want to take that? Okay. Well, jokes come from your everyday life, right? So like you can't joke about things you don't know. You can't joke about things you haven't experienced. You can't joke about things that aren't your perspective. So we definitely pull from our everyday lives. And it could be something very mundane, as mundane as like, you know, Kelly was talking about her period. You know, I'm bored and talking to my pills, you know. It could really be anything. And then you could even, you know, you could go with, you know, current events. It's just really your jokes come from you. Your jokes come from your experience. And that's the best way to write a joke so no one else can steal it. Write it so that it's so yours, no one else can steal it. Okay, I see Christina underneath me.
Oh yeah, I just want to piggyback off that. Yeah, I feel like when I first started doing comedy, I remember being like, I have nothing to write about. I have nothing funny to say. But when you go out in your day, like if you make yourself laugh over like anything, like I now realize that all these moments that I make myself laugh in everyday life, like if something's funny, something happens to me, I write it down because I'm like, this could be a joke somewhere. And now I like have this like long notes list on my phone of just like funny things that maybe something that I say in my head or stuff. And then I just like, if it makes me laugh even a little bit, I'm like, there's a joke in there. There's something in there that's funny. So like, like for me, like with my middle school stuff, I just always think about the fact that like I'd be thinking about, I'm like, damn, middle school was really a movie. Like, wow, like I missed it so much. Like, and to me, like that just makes me laugh because I'm like, I'm an adult. Why do I still want to be in middle school? But like, that's just like my advice, I guess. Like, if it makes you laugh even a little bit, it's definitely funny and it's worth writing a joke about.
And if I may just add to that too, I've taken so many stand-up courses in my life, and I swear to God, the gold stand-up course that Lynn just plugged in the chat is the most informative I've ever taken. And part of it is because they really get clear about joke construction. So there's a lot of prompts to like write. And nobody told me to say this, by the way. I'm just, but like there's a lot of prompts where you just kind of get in the flow of like things that are truthful, and you'll be shocked at what's funny because you never know until after you've written it. And then there are some ways of like doing some hacks to construct the joke. But really it's like, if what I found is if I find the premise funny, then there's a way to figure it out to make it funny. I mean, there's always the it factor of like, will it land? And like, who knows? But there are like hacks that you can do to make a thing that you find funny actually be funny.
As someone said, there's jokes in the, I mean, there's jokes, there's questions in the chat.
I'm making sure that like folks know to put it in the chat if they're like feeling like they're
okay.
not wanting to be unmiked. But yeah, I'm gonna ask my question now. At my door. You know, just because this is like Women's History Month, and I heard you all talking about it earlier about the intention of like really being able to elevate women's voices in comedy. What have been some of the most challenging things that you faced being a woman or someone who's non-gender binary that's like in the industry? Like, what are some things that you faced that you were like, oof, you know, that was really hard?
I'll tell you what the biggest thing is that I faced was myself, right? Being too worried about what someone would say or think, or what do these guys think, or what do these white people think, or whatever. Like at the end of the day, I really don't care what they think, really. So it's just for me, it was just a certain sense of persistentness, you know, that if, you know, I just told myself, I already know I'm setting myself up for a struggle. You know, I already know everything is more difficult for a woman, more difficult for a Black person, more difficult for a queer. And we'll put all three of those things together. It's already going to be rather difficult for me to do, you know, breathe. So I was just ready for difficulty. And when they cropped up, whether it was something racist, sexist, I've experienced it all in comedy. When it cropped up, I just realized, you know what, you're one person. This is one person. New York City is huge, you know. The comedy world is huge. I actually don't need you for anything. So my thing was just to be persistent and keep moving.
Period.
This is also a really good question for Lynn, who's right here.
You're muted, Lynn.
Forgot that I was muted.
There we go.
Kids were making noise. Yeah, it's hard to follow that, but I will say specifically a thing that happens specifically for women, and it still happens, is that it used to be it's more uncommon now, but often I did stand up a long time ago, or like 10 years ago, and it was common that I would be the only woman in a lineup. And that would be interesting. So the MC would be like, and now we got a lady coming to the stage. And then all of a sudden then it's the hard part about that is, first of all, just, it's super annoying. I'm a comedian. Doesn't matter who else I am. But second of all, then once they do that, then your job in the next 8 minutes, as far as the audience is concerned, is to prove that women are funny, because you're the only one. And when dudes got up there, all they had to do was prove that they were funny, that one person. And so the expectations are like, whew. And also like, it just makes it weird. Like, we don't want to be, we're not like female comics. Those of us who identify that way, we're comics. And so one thing that Gold wants to do is we want to make it boring that women and people who are not straight white dudes are in comedy. We don't want to be interesting. We just want to do comedy. So the more of us get into comedy, the more that will become true. And the more of us, because the more we do comedy, the more we define comedy. And that's just a real big part of my goal.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, just a quick thing of just to add to that. I would go on mics and I'd be brought up as beautiful. Like they would introduce me by my looks, when they would not introduce any other guy on the lineup by their looks. And it was really hard because at the first part in my like early days, I would like not wear makeup and I would like just try and not be beautiful, and then I would just like not feel the way that I wanted to feel on stage, and it was like this downward slope. But I really agree with Elsa of like I think that there is a thing where sometimes we get, it's like the world is going to be how it's going to be, and not that it's not going to change, and not like, you know, it's not this is something I've discovered, at least this is just my own perception, is that like people are going to be jerks. No matter where you go, there's going to be jerks and there's going to be weirdos, and it's like things are changing and it's really exciting, but sometimes there's going to be a jerk, and my job is to just be the best version of me that I know how to be, and workshop my stuff with safe people, which is like one of the beauties of gold, which is like workshopping the stuff when it's like in an incubation phase before.
Do we gotta pay you for all these promos? Is that in the budget, Lynn?
Yeah, but it's like finding people to regularly workshop stuff where it can be in a baby phase and I can be super insecure and I can be all kind of feelings with safe people. And then once I've got some legs and it feels funny, then I can start taking it out. And then when I start to deal with like that stuff, I'm so confident in what I'm offering on stage that it kind of doesn't matter and it becomes a moot point. Like people don't even think about it. So that's what I found.
Yeah.
I think. Oh,
go Caitlin. No, go Caitlin.
Oh, okay. I think one thing I've noticed too is that even now I think there are like amazingly women's only or women and non-binary people only spaces propping up in comedy. But I think that often those spaces, in my experience, still do feel like they're trying to work within this really patriarchal kind of like male language, if that makes sense. Like I'm writing for a satire magazine at my school, and there's only women and non-binary writers, and I find that so many of the conversations we're having in that space feel very masculine, and that I don't feel like I can share my full self. It feels like everyone is talking about running away from feelings and emotions. And, you know, again, not to just plug Gold, but at Gold, I think one thing that we do really well is using that vulnerability as a source of comedy. And I think as women and non-binary people, that vulnerability is really where our strength lies. So we're finding the comedy often in what is really hard, in a way that I don't think all male comics have caught on to yet. Not to flame men, but to flame men.
I see there's a good question in the chat.
Serenity, do you want to unmic yourself so we can hear other voices in the space? You there, love?
Do it, Serenity, do it.
I'm here.
Hello.
Serenity.
Hello. My question is, what do you think is the best part of being a comedian?
Oh, I have an answer.
I get paid for being goofy.
Oh. Nice.
It doesn't, when you're having a good time, it doesn't feel like work. I'm on stage. I'm you know, feeling the audience's energy. The things that I'm saying are connecting and hitting, and then I get off stage and I get a dap from my friends and I get money in my hand, and that's that's the best feeling, you know. I did some writing for Spotify. I did some writing for Spotify, and maybe what took me a half hour to write, they paid me a couple thousand for, you know. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun making money, you know, being silly and BSing and stuff that used to get me put out of class, you know, stuff that used to get me in trouble at home. I get paid for now.
Kelly, you had something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like as someone who is like fairly new to like performing, especially in this setting, I feel like, and as someone who's like a little bit shy or like kind of working on that, but like was, especially like in high school, what a great outlet. Like such a great, my favorite thing about comedy is the way you can take something that like annoyed you or like maybe wasn't your strength or whatever, or a silly situation, and turn it into something that's going to be hilarious, and then you can perform and get good feedback from. And it's also like a way to process something that's happened to you. Just a good outlet, and like such a like, you know, relatable art. Like that's just, I don't know, that's my favorite thing about it. But yeah.
Can we hit some of the other questions, y'all? Because there's actually 2 more people now that have questions.
Oh, okay, cool. What do we see?
Jonathan Zatamba.
Jonathan.
Unmic yourself.
Okay. You hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello. So my question is like, what are ways to get comfortable with comedy if you're someone who doesn't think you're comedic?
Doing it.
Definitely
Doing it. Comedy is the only or one of the very few arts or skills that you have to actively fail in front of people, right? You have to get it wrong in front of people. If I played guitar, I could sit in my room and play guitar until I got the song nailed right. Nobody has to hear the practice, right? But for comedy to work and for you to get comfortable, you have to do it, and you have to tell a bad joke, and you have to feel what it feels like for nobody to laugh, and then you have to go back, and then you have to rewrite it. And then the only way you get comfortable is by doing it over and over and over and over. Exposure. You know, they say that you're gonna get like 1,000 bombs in your career. My whole thing when I first started, I was like, I want to get that out of the way now. Let's get 1,000 bombs in like right now, so that later I can be funny, right? So let's get that feeling in me now. And I promise you, as Lynn likes to say, nobody has ever died from not getting a laugh. That's what Lynn says all the time. So
I got that from Dre.
if the worst thing that can happen is that nobody laughs, then that's fine. That's good.
And another thing too, just to add on, like, especially when nobody laughs, like I've found that somebody will probably laugh. Like maybe it's a different crowd, you know, like there is like some, you know, leeway in that. Like certain crowds won't laugh at certain things. But just to piggyback off of that too, something that's like a little bit helpful is like, you know, when you're just starting out, it's like I heard someone say like nobody's gonna give you the baton and be like, here you go, now you're a comedian.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you take that yourself. Like I've always loved comedy. I've always had dreams of like doing stand-up, but I always thought it was like very far removed from me. But yeah, like I took one class. It was an in-person class the first time, and it was a lot of males in that class. I did my first stand-up though on stage, and I loved it. It was great. And then I stopped doing it, and then I found gold very serendipitously. But that is something that I learned. It's like, you are a comedian. You are already a comedian. Like if you make yourself laugh, if you make your friends laugh, you have it in you. And if you can see comedy and you enjoy comedy, you have it in you. Nobody is going to be like, now write. It's your job to do that. It's your job to be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna write a joke today, or I'm gonna, you know, like and you know, Jerry Seinfeld. He's been, the day he decided to be a comedian, he wrote a joke every single day ever since then. Amazing. Yeah. It's very doable though. Like, and he says it, there's tons of jokes that he wrote that nobody will ever see, nobody will ever hear because it's horrible, but it's just getting in that practice. And like, also just gaining that confidence to be like, I wrote a joke today. I am a comedian.
Most def. Yeah. There's no test or bar or anything you pass to be a comedian. That's like the beauty and the ugly about it. Like anybody can be a comedian. Anybody can be a comedian.
Last question.
There's more jokes I see though. There are more questions
before we're out of here, because I want to make sure that the young people get back to their families. But
okay,
Ray,
cool.
Ray, you had one question. You want to close us out with a good one?
One more.
Do it, Ray.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
All right. So my question is like, what do y'all do if somebody in y'all group like it's not funny, and like do they still perform with y'all, or they like sit to the side?
We'll make them funny.
Period.
Yeah. No,
Somebody will find them funny.
somebody's gonna find them funny, right? We don't tell nobody that nobody like. I never like to tell people that's a bad joke, right? I just be like, ugh, maybe that could use some work. Can we take that back to the drawing board, run it through some of the steps that we talk about in, in gold, some of the different tools we have. Can you try this? Can you try that, or whatever? And then really, if you really like that joke, ain't nothing I'm gonna tell you that if you not, if it sucks, it sucks. Whatever, that's just your joke today. But we just iron sharpens iron. I say that all the time in class. Iron sharpens iron. So the only way I'm gonna get better is by bouncing my joke off of you. You give me your feedback, and we do that back and forth. And if I trust everyone else around me is funny, then my friends wouldn't want me, my friends, my colleagues, my students wouldn't want me to be going out there looking silly. So they're gonna, tell me, hey, tighten that up. Try it this way. But nothing, I never tell nobody they're not funny. I didn't laugh.
We have, okay, not to plug gold again, but we also have live Q&As with real life comedians who are getting paid on TV, celebs, and all these other stuff. And one of them, can't remember who, but one of them was saying, oh my God, I totally lost my train of thought. This is horrible. Wait. Oh my God. You were talking about iron sharpens iron. You were talking about writing comedy. Oh my God.
We can find funny in anyone. Anyone can
find funny in anyone. Oh, this is what she said. There are successful people out there that are less funnier than you.
Oh,
yes.
Judy Gold.
Yes.
Judy Gold.
Period. Yeah. That was Judy Gold?
Yeah.
Judy Gold, guys. If you don't know who she is, look her up. Okay. She's a legend. But yeah, so that's something that always makes me feel better. It's like there's comedians out here that are actually famous in movies, have a Netflix special, and I'm way funnier than them. It's the truth. And so yeah, it's like if you haven't found your funny, you'll find it. And I definitely think being around funny people and being around people who inspire you, who want to see you grow, who want to write with you, which is at Gold Comedy. It gives you like such a confidence, and it makes you want to keep going. It makes you want to get better. It makes you like get that out of your head. And like I said, if it makes you laugh a little bit, it's funny.
I think it's also like the only times in gold that I've thought someone was not funny, it actually hasn't been a problem of them like not having good ideas, but just not being confident enough. Like I think that confidence is actually, as long as you swing for the fences, I think you generally can tell a good joke.
Nice.
So thank you all so much for being with us. Let's give them another round of applause, emoji, run, chat box, light it up.
Thanks, JL.
Whatever you have. And then, they plugged it a couple of times, but I'm convinced, y'all, if you feel like you or someone in your life would be interested in getting involved, we are in connection now. So if y'all feel like you know someone or you're that someone that wants to sharpen that tool of being comedic, then hit me up and I'll hook you up with them.
Yeah, and don't delay, because if you want to get in on the next stand-up course with Elsa, it starts on Tuesday. So we have stuff going on all the time, but like, don't say like, oh, I'll try comedy when I'm less shy, or I'll try comedy when I'm smarter, or whatever. That's dumb. Try it next
dumb. Do it now.
Yeah, do it now.
All right, y'all. So thank you all again so much for coming through. We really, really appreciate it. And if it's okay, we can share the recording with the rest of our school for folks who didn't end up coming.
Please do.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Right. Good night to all y'all and your families, and we'll see you all at the next event on Friday with the muralist. So anyone who has visual art like inclinations, come through.
Thank
and
you.
if the Gold Comedy folks want to stick around for just a moment so that we can just kind of like do a quick debrief and see how y'all are feeling,
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Everybody.
Thanks for coming through, y'all. Peace. Thanks, Miss Genlock, for bringing the fam.
No problem.
Yeah, love you. Peace, y'all.